What's up everyone, Rob here from Mishimoto. I'm back with professional driver Tony Angelo for the third segment of our Camaro RS First Impressions series. Last time we dove under the hood to get up close and personal with the 2-liter turbo. Today, we're going to take a look at what keeps this car planted through the turns.
All right, well let's get it over to the lift and pull the wheels off.
Cool.
Okay, so we've got our 2016 Camaro RS up on the lift. I pulled the front wheel off. We're going to take a look at the suspension and brakes on this thing. It's got a really stout brake package. It's part of that heavy-duty cooling and brake package that is an option for this car. It's got 12.5-inch Brembo vented rotors and 4-piston calipers. For suspension, it's got a really conventional McPherson strut setup with dual lower control arms. Now the Camaro shares the Alpha chassis with the ATS, but it's got a couple of upgrades. It's got longer and aluminum lower control arms, and they went and they made the sway bar links out of plastic. All that reduces unsprung weight, and when you reduce unsprung weight, you wind up with a car that feels really nimble, has really good feedback, and feels lighter than it actually is. Okay, so now we're going to dig into the rear end of our 2016 RS Camaro. The Camaro is a independent multi-link design. It has a sway bar in the back. It has these large 12.5-inch vented rotors with a single sliding caliper on here. As you can see, there's a giant electromagnet that works that electronic parking brake that I do not love. But everything else here is pretty stout. When GM went in and made these rear arms for the car, they had to make them longer than the CTS or the ATS. But as they did that, they made everything lighter too. You can see there's material removed from all these different arms to make them as light as possible. There's also a bunch of different tricks they did to this car to stiffen it up as well. So this car is significantly stiffer and lighter than its earlier counterparts. There's a K-brace in the front end of this car that makes it stiffer. There's an aluminum dash bar that makes it lighter. This car is a complete package, is much more evolved than the last chassis.
Alright, so now that we've taken a test drive and gone through the suspension and powertrain, you have a pretty good understanding of how this car performs. But how does it feel when you drive it? What are the creature comforts and how well do they work? You'll have to tune in next time to find out. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep up with our updates.